Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are back with another episode of Tale from the Table where I like to go live and replay one of the coolest turns that I've seen from playtesting during the week. And so with that, let's jump right into it. We have I didn't end up getting to take a save state of it, so I did my best to recreate the setup for the turn. But to kind of show off what happened this turn, purple was at 7 on the reputation track, and they were 2 points away. Red actually could have. Purple was the first player, so red almost ended up closing out the game before this turn was able to happen. But what purple was able to do was they came over here to take the barter action, which they moved back into the city of Ignis and actually chose, I believe it was this card here. It was the free card from the supply. So they chose that one. And actually, to recap, before the turn, they actually gained 2 resources because they had their caravan upgrade card here, which allowed them to draw 2 resources before taking the market action, or the barter action. So then they gained this card here from the market, which isn't super important for this. And then they chose to perform this action first, which the 2 base camp rewards for the game were gain a card or gain a resource and optionally discard a card. The other one is spend a resource to go up the equivalent track. And so they ended up, I believe, gaining a red. So I'll probably have to readjust sort of what goes. But so they gained a red here and chose to discard this relic from their storage to go up the blue track. So they were over here. So they bumped up to get another resource from the bonus that they landed on up here, which I believe they chose maybe yellow. So they've done that as the bottom here. So then they spent a red, or a blue, to go up the blue track a second time, which the bonus that they get from that was placing an influence on the location that they are on, which they ended up placing this purple, I believe, to get another yellow. And so they ended up taking a yellow from the general supply. And that completed their main action here. So then with their bottom action, they chose to take the 2 more red from the general supply. They skipped these 2 relic actions because in the game of Everstone, you're allowed to skip relic actions that you don't wish to perform, but you can't go back to them. And then they chose to take these 2, which I believe gained them, let's say, another blue and another blue. And so they then were able to perform this action here, which is to gain if you go down on one track 3 spaces, you can gain a reputation point. So they took this purple and moved down the blue track 1, 2, 3 to gain another red, which gave them their first covering there for the first of the many victory points they got in this turn, which they go up 1. And then kind of this one's bumped out here because the setup to make this turn all possible, they ended up, after upgrading this one, they spent a blue, I believe 2 turns prior to this turn, to tuck it under, and they're at 6 right now, so they have the ability to tuck 2 more cards in this barter column. So they planned to do that. So then on this turn, they spent the 2 yellow, 2 blue, and a red to be able to cash in on this second victory point to go up to the 9 spot. And if we recap, one of the global achievements that they were trying to go for this game was to gain 10 or more resources in one turn. So if we look back at the actions they took, they got 2 from this top action. Then they went and took the main action of discovering or sorry, gaining a card from the market, which didn't give them anything. But this action here gained them a third of their 10. Then they spent to go up the track, which moved them from here to here, which this gained them their fourth. Then what else did we do? Oh, so the discarding. So, sorry, 1, 2 was from this. They gained 3 from that. They spent 1 to go up 1 for 4. And then the discard allowed them to go up for another one, which this would have been their 5th. And then they had 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe they ended up taking this action just to discard this one for their 10th. That's what it was. So they ended up getting 10 resources in one turn to be able to claim this, which revealed their last on the storage space or the reserve space to get them that additional one. So to recap for this turn, purple was able to get 4 reputation points in one turn, which allowed them to close out the game and get a victory. I believe red ended up with 1 more reputation point towards the end of the game, but that was a pretty wild turn that I got to watch, where there were 4 reputation points gained in one turn, which was really cool planning on purple's part. So that is our tale from the table this week. Purple was able to plan ahead and use 2 purple resources or relics to enact a 4-point combo. And so tune in next week to see what crazy things happen in playtesting then. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy these style of recap videos, and I hope to hear from you soon.